What if I told you that $600,000 in Guelph in 2026 might actually buy you more than you think? And the number that you got approved for might not be the only number that matters. I've watched buyers walk away from the right home because they were locked into a ceiling. Today, I'm going to show you what's actually available at this price point and a few moves that might stretch your budget in ways your lender never even mentioned. I'm Andrew Somerville, and I've been helping buyers, a lot of them coming from the GTA, land in Guelph for over 20 years. I get calls and emails every single day from people in your exact situation. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, reach out. There's a link in the description below to book a free, no-pressure consultation with me. I'd love to help you figure out what your budget can actually do. So now let's get into it. Let's be straight about what $600,000 looks like on paper in Guelph right now. You're primarily shopping for one of three things: a townhouse, a condo, or an older detached home. Square footage is typically somewhere around 1,000 to 1,500 square feet, and depending on the type and age of the property. A newer condo could give you sharp finishes but less overall space. An older detached house might give you more land, but it's going to need some work. That's the reality. But here's the thing. The buyers I've watched get the best outcomes are the ones who stopped treating $600,000 as a hard wall and started treating it as a starting point. I had buyers come to me last year, great people, a young family, and they were relocating from the GTA. They'd been approved for about $600,000, and they told me straight up,
Andrew, don't show us anything over 600K. That's our limit. We can't go any higher.
I hear that a lot, and I get it. You talk to your lender, they give you a number, you treat that number like a fence. But here's what I told them. That number is based on one scenario, a set of assumptions. There are lenders and programs out there that look at your situation differently. If there's income potential in the property, a basement suite, a legal secondary unit, some lenders will factor in that rental income into your qualifying power. That could push your purchase price by a meaningfully higher amount without changing your monthly payment in a way that hurts you. We ended up finding them a property with a finished lower level, and they qualified with a different lender using the rental income offset. They got more home in better neighborhood, and their carrying costs were actually similar to what they'd originally budgeted for. The lesson? Don't let your pre-approval number become a ceiling before you've talked to the right people. Here's another one that I see all the time. Buyers come in thinking that new construction is out of their price range. They've done some rough math, and they're not wrong. Builders are listing above 600K in a lot of cases. But what a lot of buyers don't realize is that the HST rebate can change the math significantly. I've actually put together a full series on this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to put the listing in the description below because it comes up constantly, and it's one of the most misunderstood pieces of buying new in Ontario. Here's the short version. If the HST rebate is properly structured in your agreement to purchase and sale, you can qualify for the rebate directly at closing. It doesn't come after, it's built in. And depending on the price of the home, that rebate can be a significant amount. I've had buyers who thought they were buying a $650,000 new build, and once the rebate was accounted for properly, the effective purchase price was meaningfully lower. They didn't know that this was even possible. They almost walked away from a brand new home because they hadn't heard about this program. If you're considering new construction in Guelph, go watch that series before you sign anything. The link again is in the description. Okay, so what's actually out there at this price point? Townhouses are your most common option. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, sometimes a finished basement. You'll find a solid inventory in the South End, Westminster Woods, and surrounding areas. These are popular with young families, and for good reason. They're good schools, there's parks, there's access to amenities, and most importantly, the 401. Condos, also in the South End, give you modern construction, building amenities, 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. That's pretty realistic. Just make sure you factor in the condo fees. because those can run you between $300 and $400 a month. And then there are the older detached homes. Pre-1980 builds, typically around 1,000 square feet, usually bungalows. They're going to need a little bit of work, but here's what most people overlook. Those older homes sit on significant lots, the land, and that's potential. Now this is where I want to slow down, because I think this is genuinely one of the most underrated opportunities in Guelph right now. Bungalows. Not just any bungalows, bungalows that are sitting just above the $600,000 mark. Call it 620, 650. The range where buyers sometimes hesitate. Here's why that hesitation is costing people. Bungalows in Guelph are a dying breed. Nobody is building them. Modern new construction is vertical. Townhomes, semis, stacked units, one-level living is increasingly rare, and the demand for it is only going up. Think about it. Who wants a bungalow? Downsizers who are done with stairs, aging parents who need accessibility, buyers who want one-level living with a yard, people who want rental income from the basement without sharing a floor. The demand is real and the supply is shrinking. Here's the kicker: mature neighborhoods. You're not talking about a subdivision where the trees were planted last Tuesday. You're talking about established streets, mature trees, character, community, neighbors who've lived there for years. A bungalow in the right Guelph neighborhood, Onward Willow as an example, the West End, parts of the East End and North End, with a legal or easily legalized basement suite, is not just a home, it's long-term asset with income built in. I've had buyers stretch slightly above their comfort zone to get into one, and with 18 months, they've told me it was the best financial decision they ever made. That's the play, and I don't think enough buyers are looking at it clearly. So what's the actual strategy here? First, you got to know your purchasing power. Talk to one or more lender, ask specifically about programs that factor in rental income. Your approved amount is the floor, not the ceiling. Second, understand the rebates before you rule out new construction. Watch the HST series and know the math. Then make an informed decision. Third, don't sleep on bungalows just above your number. Use the income potential to justify the stretch. Use negotiation on the right listings to close the gap. And fourth, be honest about your priorities. More space, income potential, walkability, low maintenance. The clearer you are, the better we can match you with the right property, instead of just the one that fits neatly inside a number. Look, Guelph is still one of the best places to buy in Ontario right now. It's not without its challenges at this price point, but there is more opportunity here than most buyers realize when they walk in with a fixed number and no flexibility. If you want to talk through your specific situation, what your budget can actually do, where the hidden opportunities are, and what a bungalow with income potential could actually cost you to carry, reach out. The link is in the description to book a free, no-pressure call with me. Give it a like if you thought this was useful, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.